You're listening to 102.7 Chop FM, and this is ArtsTalk. Good evening, this is 102.7 Chop FM, and you're listening to ArtsTalk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Cross.
And this show is dedicated to bringing the arts to Newmarket.
Yeah.
Not just the musical arts, although we always have plenty of musicians, but any artist practicing any discipline, be they amateur or professional. And if you're in the arts and would like to appear on this show, there are a couple of ways you can get in touch with us. You could send an email to newmarketartscouncil@gmail.com
Or you could check us out on Facebook, ArtsTalk Radio, and send us a message there.
And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday at 6 o'clock sharp-ish to hear great music and find out what's going on in the arts.
Woo!
Our guests tonight are Kenny and Grant from Jupiter Hollow.
Hello.
How you going?
Hello, welcome guys. Good to have you here.
Yeah,
thank you
start
so
to be
much. We want to go.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We want to keep on talking. But one thing I want to just say to our listeners and to our guests here
There
is that it's Dave Peters' birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
That's so
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dave. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, sweet, sweet. I'm
And
moved.
many more.
I'm
Gonna put that on the new record.
Thank you so much for that, everybody. Taylor, thank you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for singling me out that way.
You know I love to do that.
So we're really happy to have you here, guys from Barrie.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
And how long you been together?
We
In-
2015.
In Jupiter Hollow for a year and a half, I guess now.
Yeah.
Something
We're
like
playing
that.
together longer than that?
Yeah, well, we're in another band called Colony together, but I guess we've been playing in.
Well, we started together as Jupiter Hollow before. We were in two different. He was in Colony. I was in another band called Final Say, and then I had other music I was working on that wasn't really fitting that band. So I saw Kenny perform, and I was like, "This guy is the guy for this kind of project." And we started jamming, and before you know, it led into this. And then I got invited to play in the other band Colony. And
Cool.
Yeah, so it's kind
Yeah.
of just been this big amalgamation of members, and yeah, so for Jupiter Hollow, a year and a half.
Through
Very
the
cool.
and it's so the Barrie music scene is how you guys found one another.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. We just pick there's 8 people in Barrie that actually really give it in music, and then we all just got together and we're like, let's do something.
somehow we
These bands.
gravitate together.
Yeah, so
I love what you guys are doing. I love it.
He does. He was
It
talking
is
about it earlier.
Oh,
So-
He
sweet.
really like
So
Hollow.
good. So
appreciate
good.
it.
Thank you.
I hope you don't find this offensive, but I heard some Rush in there. I heard some
No,
Tool in there. It was really, really good, really tight, really, really good musicianship. Just great songs. I'm very, very impressed.
Thanks,
So where
man.
does that all come from? Are you Rush heads from way back or something? Where's that influence?
yeah, I love those bands. Like Tool's one of my favorite bands. Rush is one of my favorite bands since I was a little kid. Like so, yeah. I've loved all kinds of old progressive music, newer progressive music. Like I consider my taste to be pretty diverse.
Yeah.
So I hate having to narrow myself down. So like finding myself into this kind of music was where I can go and I could explore and I could share my entire palette of colors and not be boxed in somewhere. So yeah, and I guess people have likened my voice to Geddy Lee at sometimes and some other little things. I guess that's just,
Absolutely, I heard some good
and it's
in there.
definitely that's just how I think I learned how to sing because I'm mainly self-taught. So I'd imitate what I heard and liked, and then that ended up developing my vocal cords that way. So I don't really have a choice now at this point. So yeah, I guess that's just my vocal tone stuff.
So
like
Kenny,
that,
you
so-
do the lead vocal,
Yeah.
and Grant, you're a guitar player.
Yeah, and well, how we do it is we actually do all the music. So I do guitar, bass, synth, and Kenny does vocals, drums, and
Very
piano
cool.
and
Synth
stuff.
too, yeah.
Who
Wow.
plays drums on the videos that I saw?
Yeah, you guys have a live.
That was you.
Do you have a live band in a video? I thought I saw a video of you guys where you had multiple.
Yeah, what do you do
members
for
in
live?
it.
It was all us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all us. Yeah,
Yeah.
we.
In different shots?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't even
Yeah.
notice. That's
Would
what
that
weird.
been
Different
Hey.
angles.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks like you guys have a band with you.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Yeah.
we do in a little box, a little USB. That's our
Yeah,
little band there.
We used a little magical thing called backing tracks.
Yeah, it's great. Well, we wanted to keep it just us two, and then try to experiment with something different. And we both have the full live band experience from our other band and from the other projects we're doing. So like,
It's more modern approach.
This
to
is
it, you know?
it's different. It's exciting. We're playing to ourselves, so it's all us. And I think it's a lot harder because we have to play to the tracks that we made, which are perfect every time.
Yeah.
And we aren't perfect every time because we're humans, and those are.
Yeah.
So
What
yeah,
about live performance? Have you been able to perform? Do you have
Oh, yeah.
others you bring in?
Yep.
Another 3 or 4 pieces that you bring in?
Well, what we do is it's just us on the guitar and vocals, piano, and stuff like that. And then we have a projection screen, so we have that visual component. I guess it kind of makes up for
That's
lack
really
of
cool.
members.
Yeah.
And then the tracks. So it really people are kind of when they hear about it, they're kind of just got to see it to really know what
For
we're talking
sure.
about. But
Yeah.
people have been impressed so far.
Yeah,
Do you
people
play
liked it.
with a click track or anything like that to keep you on time, or you're doing it totally by ear?
that's a
Oh,
trade
that is-
secret.
Trade
Sorry,
secret.
okay.
What is the
Okay,
click track?
but is it really a trade? Is it really a trade secret though? I mean, obviously, yeah. So the
Because
click.
it would be hard
Yeah.
to do that.
The
Yeah.
click, it's hard with
Especially
the
for what
click
we're
actually
doing.
Yeah.
sometimes and even throughout the steady set we don't have it going the whole time, like the click cuts out for a bit and we
Right.
have little
Cool.
cues and whatnot, but yeah, it's essentially like playing to a live band. They're playing with a live band except they're perfect all the
For
time.
sure. And they can't feel what you're feeling.
Exactly.
And go
So
with
there's a
it,
bit of a
like-
separation.
Totally feeling ourselves.
But I think that's what makes it, because we know what we've done too,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
us, and it's not really a computer in the end. It's stuff
Yeah.
that we've done. So.
Yeah, very cool. That's
Yeah.
really interesting.
It is.
Sounds like a good show to see.
Oh, it really would be. And in the video, you're playing a very small kit, making a lot of noise, I think, on a relatively small kit.
Yeah.
When you play live, is it? And did you play drums in the live setting?
Actually, the headliner we did in Toronto in January, I did do a drum solo live on a
Nice.
smaller kit. My kit at home is pretty massive, actually, and I write a lot on that. But going into the studio, actually, we played on a bit of a smaller kit. And
If I remember, it was rack tom, floor tom, snare, kick drum. That was
yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
One of I think the first couple songs, Deep in Space and Hades' Heart, actually, the drum tracks for that was played on a 4-piece in the studio too.
It was,
so.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Hades Heart was the first video that I saw.
Yeah, and
And,
so I try to emulate that kit that I used in the studio live, or like in
The
that.
one you had perched up on the rock?
Yeah, in that music video, I tried to
Yeah.
get. Except that was my old kit. We used a different one in the studio, but I wanted to be kind of the same. So at least when I'm playing, it's not like, oh, you're hearing this cymbal out of nowhere that doesn't exist. It's like, yeah, so
Which only drummers like you guys would know.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have known.
Big heads,
Yeah.
wouldn't care. Did you start as a drummer, Kenny?
yes, yeah, I've been drumming since I was 2. So
Oh my
that's,
god.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
prodigy.
I started drumming before I could walk. I went to I used to crawl into the kitchen and take out pots and pans and just start banging on them, and I'd see pictures of drum kits and set them up so they kind of look like that. And it's weird because nobody else in my family
At 2.
has any
So
music.
your mum and dad were looking at you like...
They're
"What
going,
is
oh,
this
we got to
fun?"
put them in drum lessons now, or this is going to get out of hand. And they did. They got me my first kit when I was 3. They
That's
started. I
amazing.
learned my first few things. I learned the first song I ever learned on drums was "Time" by Pink Floyd when I was 4.
Which is the 7/4 count? What's the count on
I
time?
it changes a
7/8?
bit.
7/4, yeah, I think it does. It changes to a 4/4,
It changes
I think, on the
eventually, but
chorus.
in the beginning, it's there's a lot in 7 and stuff like that. Yeah.
See, I've learned that.
Yeah, I
That's
definitely
amazing.
started on drums, and then that spread to piano, guitar, bass, and singing. After that, I just kind of wanted to branch out. Music's like the only thing I do, so people all the time go like, "Oh my god, you do all this stuff," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I've been doing it for 16 years, and that's all I do. I can't do anything else, so don't overcredit me here."
Everybody's
It's good,
got to
yeah.
have a skill. And
Exactly.
What about you? Do you start young as well?
I actually started at when I was 12 because my dad always played, and some friends were in bands, and I always thought it was cool. So
So there was music around the house, guitars around the house? that
oh
kind
yeah,
of thing?
acoustic and stuff. So I just started at 12, and then my dad engraved it into me. He's like, everybody can do covers and stuff, so write your own music and this and that. So and he said you got to find your own sound and bring back rock.
That's amazing to
Bring
be
back
encouraged.
rock.
to do
Yeah,
that.
it was awesome.
Bring back music where people
Yeah.
care what they're doing.
Yeah, so I started writing music young and just kind of got into rock, and naturally it was more progressive because I never had anybody teach me, so I just got really creative, and then later found it out that it was progressive music I was
There was a
writing.
name for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and,
there's an area to get pigeonholed into.
Yeah.
Ironically, but
He got me really
Progressive
into
is kind of like a wide
Exactly.
variety.
I lo-
If you're it's not.
I like it, yeah.
It's not really a pigeonhole.
it's
per
funny because
se.
fans and other people, they try to pigeonhole you into it, even oh, you're a progressive blah blah band, and it's kind of, you're trying to pigeonhole us into an excuse to bring everything into one thing. So it's I think the subgenres are what people are trying to pigeonhole bands into.
Yeah,
Oh, they're this,
for
they're this. This
sure.
is gent, and this is like doom, prog. This is all that kind of stuff. I'm just like,
Everyone's got different subgenres. Like, does it really?
exactly. I'm
matter?
like, I want to
Yeah.
cover them all. I just want to do them.
And
Yeah.
that's
So
the beauty of progressive music, right? Is that's kind of the
I-
definition
yeah.
of progressive.
Very
I
experimental.
think that's what happens when musicians are self-taught. Like a lot of, like both of us kind of did that, and we had to find our influences ourselves and our places to learn from ourselves. So that's where we found it, where we were getting excited about where the music was. So,
Yeah, and
yeah.
the band before this, standard tuning and stuff. I just felt like writing music, I couldn't come up with anything that sounded like it was never been done original type stuff. So I started experimenting in open tunings too, so like acoustic type open tunings. But then I like distortion and that
That's
got
really
this
cool.
weird sound. So that's
Very cool.
all of our songs are open tunings pretty much. So
Yeah, weird tuning.
nothing is standard.
Did you, when you first started playing together, were you covering stuff that you both liked?
No, actually.
It was funny. The first jam we ever had, we came in, we jammed Vicarious to warm up,
Gotcha.
and then we're right into writing stuff.
Is
And
that right?
we kind of pumped out
Forgot
the
about
first record, Adam, which will be coming out hopefully at the end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
in quite a fair bit of time, maybe a couple months. We just kept writing and writing, and then we started writing some stuff for the second record. Odyssey, the song, is actually belonging to the second album. So then this EP kind of came out of nowhere. We were like, let's put something out now. Yeah. So we've been quickly working on our on original stuff. That's why we're able to have a little trailer to our first two records out right now, which is interesting because it's like, I think of it as, because they're concept records, this is kind of like a chunk of the movie told in the wrong order, and then like
That's cool. It's like
Pulp
Tarantino.
Fiction.
Yeah.
it is. Well, it's like the trailer. If you go to see the trailer for a movie, they're showing you random parts
You're
all the time.
right.
So that's kind of what it's like.
You're right.
And
So the magic happened fast. When
Yeah,
the two
Yes.
got
clicked
together.
immediately.
Definitely,
I'd say.
yeah.
So
And you started as Jupiter Hollow before you played together on Colony, right?
yeah, before he joined Colony, it was a few months until he did
Yeah,
that.
and I saw Colony, and you guys were amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Super
Nice.
memorable.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
time.
And you're not going to be playing a gig with her, right?
Yeah.
We were just talking about it.
Yes,
April 8th.
April 8th at
April
Cherry
8th.
Colas.
Yes.
I thought they closed Cherry Colas.
It was like this wasn't necessarily a rumor, but it was
Change of ownership or something?
yeah,
I
like
think so.
last minute signing a contract. It sounded like, and then they switched owners.
Yeah.
And
Right.
yeah, so April 8th is Rubella, Violence, Jupiter Hollow, and Odd Concern.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
It's gonna
Can't
be,
wait.
it's gonna be
Wicked.
wicked.
yeah, very
That's what I'd
excited about
say.
it.
That's a very interesting bill.
Yeah, it's very
It
diverse.
isn't. Yeah, it's very
Diverse. That's
diverse.
great though.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
It's going to expose some people to different
100%.
approaches, right?
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, each band's fans are gonna have a new thing to check out.
Totally.
At least 3 new things to check
That-
out.
that-
Yeah,
that's not a
yeah.
sound-alike lineup.
Yeah.
I feel like people who listen to like this type of either my type of music, your type of music, are kind of open-minded as is. So it's
Yeah.
nice to bring everyone
Yeah.
together like that.
Yeah.
It's not so. It's not like when you book a punk show and you put like a folk act in
Right.
there. You're like,
Yeah.
ooh,
You're
I
just
don't know
gonna
if they're
go,
gonna like
Yeah,
this.
I'd say like all 4 of the bands on this bill are pretty progressive in their own areas of music.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, I mean,
Experimental.
Urbella
Different.
is exploring a lot of interesting things in rock and pop and jazz
Yeah.
and mixes there.
Yeah, it's a weird
It's
little.
more of an alternative
thingy.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
for
it's
sure.
interesting. It's,
Okay, so why don't we start with Deep in Space? What do we
Alright.
need to know about Deep in Space?
There's a few parts where people say I sound like Geddy Lee, but I actually don't think so.
What?
But
This was
I'll be the judge.
second song we wrote together.
second song we wrote together. It's the 3rd song in the entire concept. 3rd song on Adam. Opens the EP. I think, yeah.
Yeah, starting
And-
track.
Yeah, and the character in this point is angry and lashing out at his other self.
Maybe we can talk about the concept of this album after we listen.
Let's listen to
I'm
the
really
yeah,
curious
I think
about
we need,
this.
I think our listeners need
Be
to
ready
know.
to have your butt kicked.
This is
I'm ready, Grant. I'm ready.
Jupiter Hollow with Deep in Space on 102.7 Chop FM.
Thank
Deep in Space.
By Jupiter Hollow.
Thank you.
It's your birthday, Dave. It's your birthday.
102.7 Chop FM. I'm Taylor Cross.
I'm Dave Peters.
And we are in conversation with Jupiter Hollow.
Hello.
Sorry about bugging with your outro there, boys.
It's all good.
worries.
It's a troll. We don't even want people to know it happens, and they come live. They're like, they're done, and then it's like,
Oh!
There's 2 more seconds.
No, they're not done. They're doing that just to piss everybody off.
exactly.
Uh-oh.
We debated like ending a show with it, coming out for an encore, just to play those last 2 bars and leave. It will happen
Extend
one
it
Oh
for
my
like
God, I'm
20
excited.
minutes.
day. No, that's no.
So that is from the new disc, yes?
EP. It's
Yeah.
called Odyssey. It was released on January 14th, I think.
13.
So just that
fairly
now.
new.
13th, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you record it?
Lake Effect Studio in Lagoon City.
Oh, that was
Taylor-
Wellcraft Music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I've been working with them for years with another band, and it was the natural progression
Nice.
into this.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah, I've
he's
heard
great.
of him too.
I really like.
Very flexible.
I really liked recording my drums in my underwear in his little studio there.
It gets hot.
It gets really hot in there, and then he makes fun of you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Taylor's
good.
great.
That's a visual image I'm never going to be able to get out of my mind.
I'm sorry, man,
Thank
but
you
like,
very much.
I'm all about that visual image. That's gonna scar you.
Yeah, he's cool. He's actually the guitarist in the band, James Barker band, you know, the beer song. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. They're
not
doing really
really
well.
not
Yeah,
really
they
a
are.
prog band, but it's
Hey,
Country
it's,
rock,
it's
right?
music.
What was the approach? Can you put down the bed track on the drum and then you'd overlay from there?
Yeah, we
Try to be as live as
we did
possible,
as much
actually.
as live as possible. A lot of the drums are pretty live.
one take for a lot of it. Actually.
Yeah, for a
the
few.
most part, yeah.
For the most part, Hades' Heart was pretty much one.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he played guitar with me, so we didn't have any scratch tracks, so to speak.
Yeah.
We kind of just he is my live scratch track, and then we go in and do everything over top.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we started with vocals and stuff in the studio, and then the last couple songs, Over 50 Years and Odyssey, I did at home. I did the vocals at home, and
Wow.
because I like to spend a lot of time, because I like huge harmonies and stuff. I love choral music, and I've sung in a few choirs, and I've been brought up that way when I was learning how to sing. So I want to take my time and make sure all those things are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Very cool.
it's good. Yeah, Odyssey kind of came out of nowhere. It wasn't meant to happen as an EP,
Yeah.
but like we wanted to get stuff out earlier. So
Yeah,
and
we-
you mentioned it being a concept. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No
you
worries.
off there, but
Yeah.
I'm so curious about it. I love the idea of concept albums and
Yeah.
the story behind them.
yeah, Odyssey itself isn't. I think it's been getting a bit misconstrued, but it's just because it's the only thing we have out right now. It's like I said, it's the trailer to the movie, so to speak.
Cool.
So it's 5 songs from the. I think there's 6 on Adam, and then there's going to be like 10 or so on Album 2. So
Yeah.
there's like 16 songs that are telling this 2-album story, and yeah. So Odyssey kind of splits it up a bit and just tells a little bit. We just wanted to get the music out so people could hear it.
For sure.
When Adam comes out, they can start worrying about the concept. So if I want to be brief about it, it deals with mental illness, and that's like the very bottom line is it's written about dealing with mental illness like depression and stuff like that, which is a personal thing for a lot of people and something that people can connect to. And so I create this atmosphere of this planet. I don't ever like state that it's Earth or that it's humanity, but it's pretty clear that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But it's distant in the future.
Well, sci-fi.
We've kind of run our planet into the ground. There's one guy controlling everything from a spaceship. He's like an ultimate dictator, and he was a great guy, but now he's at odds with himself. And for example, the next song you guys are going to hear, Hades' Heart, kind of tells the story about the 2 characters. So this guy and his friend, who
Jekyll and Hyde.
yeah. So it's one guy, but he's fighting with himself, and I split it up into 2 characters for the most of the first record, and then kind of throw it on you in the end that it's just one guy. So you think the whole time
It's
it's
like M. Night Shyamalan.
yes, yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. So it's
Like Fight Club?
it's
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. It's so.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard
That's
to-
pretty
it's hard
much
to
the
think
gist
about.
of it. 2 guys
Yeah,
fighting with
2
himself
over
destroys his planet.
over the control of he's able to save this planet from all kinds of issues like for example like environmental issues. That's a big thing now, so I wanted to
sure.
throw that in there.
Yeah.
Anyways, he fails. He realizes he's a horrible person, and he can't come to terms with himself, and he just accepts that what he sees in the mirror is a really dark image. He lets his species die, and then he heads off on a spaceship, starting album 2 with Odyssey. That's him on the spaceship. He attempts to take his life and decides last minute to stitch himself back together so he doesn't die, crash lands on another planet, and he has to start his entire life anew on an alien world into a new civilization that nearly kills him I don't want to spoil what happens to him at the
this is
end. But
exciting.
Trippy man.
I'm trying to like this is 2 albums worth of story. I don't want to
should make
spoil
a-
everything, but like
should make
Music
a
videos
book.
for every song. you
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Amazing.
that'd be great. It's
So,
just-
so Grant, did Kenny come to you one day over a pint and say, "Okay, I got this idea," and run all that by you? Is that how this?
It kind of all just happened. Actually,
I usually
guess
tell him
the
afterwards.
The best way to explain it is when we wrote Hades' Heart and we were coming up with a name for it. It was around the same time where they got the first photos of Pluto, like the high definition, and I guess it took over 50 years to get to this planet. So they got it, and Pluto is Hades, and it's kind of like a heart on Pluto looking thing. So we're like Hades' Heart. And then it's like over 50 years to get there. We're like, hey, over 50 years. And then, so we started, pretty much it just started with that. So to get the kind of space theme.
Yeah.
And then it kind of grew from there. And it's up to interpretation, really.
It's interesting. I knew I wanted to start writing stuff. We're doing it in Colony too, the concept thing about based off of mental illness that I feel like right now I've wanted to bring that across in my music. And yeah, and then all this space stuff that started happening when we were writing the music was like, I gotta make a spacey story to fit all this. And it works, yeah. So it kind of comes to like, we're writing the stuff. I'll even write all the lyrics and all the conceptual stuff. And then afterwards I'll tell Grant what it means.
Yeah,
So he doesn't have to worry about it until...
I don't know what most of these songs mean.
Yeah, it has a concept and a storyline, but like, if you're listening to and you really identify with a song like Deep in Space or Odyssey or the Rosedale song from album 2, and you're listening to it, and you listen to the music and the sounds that you're hearing, and it gives you your own feeling, and then maybe you pay attention to the lyrics, but that's just my interpretation of it. But like, if you get your own feeling, then the song can be something else to you. It doesn't have to be what it is to me or what the story is. It can be whatever you want it, and as long as it helps you in some way.
Totally. 100%.
I mean, it's music about mental illness. I want people to be helped.
For sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
It's a good outlet for people who are suffering
Exactly.
in any way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Talk about it, man.
The beauty of lyrics when you're listening to music is what one thing means to you will mean something different to me and different to you.
Exactly.
And it all will mean something. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's great.
As long as it means something.
Exactly.
Why don't we hear Hades' Heart? You wanna do
Okay.
that?
Yes.
Our first song ever done.
The
Yep.
first song ever
Ooh.
done.
Yes.
This is Jupiter Hollow with Hades' Heart on 102.7 Chop FM.
Piece by piece, we sit in the sand on separate beaches, staring at the same star we fell in love beneath. Travel once around in each other's touch. Once alive on an honest trip, my psyche lies and kills your crib. Just give me gas and I'll light it up. I'll make my sticks
Jupiter Hollow with Hades Heart on 102.7 Chop FM. This is Arts Talk. I'm Taylor Koss.
I'm Dave Peters.
And we are talking with Kenny and Grant from Jupiter Hollow.
We're still
We
here.
are back.
If you don't recognize their voice, I'm Grant.
I am Kenneth.
Excellent. So that was the first video I saw was the one that Taylor posted on the Arts Talk Facebook page. And I was remarking off air about how you got a lot of sound out of a relatively small kit there, and I love the drum sound. Is that credit to the producer? Was it her that got those drums sound so good?
Yeah, he's a Taylor guy.
Yeah, he's
got a great studio, great mics. Great setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall.
It was all me though. No, I'm kidding. No, honestly, it's Taylor Studio's great. The kit he has there is amazing. I think every time I went there, I was like, "Can I take your kit home?" And yeah, it sounds great. Yeah, Taylor's drum sounds were incredible. Mixing was smooth. We're really happy with the drums, especially. Yeah. So.
And the video was a mix of performance and storytelling.
A mix, yeah.
It was it's funny. People are like, "What is the story?" But it literally started out. It's near where I live in like Oromodonte, and I like scouted out all these locations. I was like, "We should play on a rock and this and that." And then it's like we just kind of slowly came up with the idea of like somebody chasing somebody. It just ended up working out into fitting into with the concept.
Yeah, it's interesting because like the concept at this point, the characters aren't chasing each other through the forest. Like it's a metaphor for in the internal struggle that's going on inside of him. So yeah, the entire first record, Adam, not Odyssey, but Adam is going to be all within this one guy's head. But I like to give this feeling that you're out in a world and this place is very open and it's constantly changing and you got to fight all these things. So like Hades Heart, when they're arguing, if you pay attention to the lyrics, I bring up some big things like an ocean, crossing an ocean, climbing a mountain. I get this huge landscape there inside this guy's head for these two people to battle. So we were like, with the music video, the idea of them running around in these open spaces in Oro was really fitting, actually. And that came first, and then we're like, oh my god, this actually really works with the story. So we're like, we got to do it. It's meant to be. Yeah.
Check it out, Jupiter Hollow on YouTube. Anywhere else? YouTube?
Yeah,
where else can people find your music?
Alright.
There are at least 4 videos on YouTube that I saw. Am I right? Or 3? 3 or 4?
I actually don't know. There's 2 music videos. There's an official stream of the thing. There's some interview videos, live videos.
So YouTube, Jupiter Hollow. Where else?
JupiterHollow.ca, GrantMacKenzie.ca, and Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, anything.
Yeah, they're currently mixing our Jupiter Hollow with another dormant Jupiter Hollow.
Not anymore.
Oh, did they fix it?
Yeah.
All right, I never said that. Time travel. There, we're back in time now. Yeah,
from 2008.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's good. We're online. You can pick up physical copies at our shows, and we can even mail them to you.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So
we're thinking of doing we did a couple Skype things with people, and they're like really excited about it. So we're thinking of doing that in the future if people want to get 2 songs done, performed, and talk and hang out.
Yeah, we'll perform acoustic for you, and it's like a one-on-one interview with a fan. We did that once before, and it's something new, and it went well. So
hit us up.
Yeah, if you want to Skype us, we'll.
I've heard of Skype shows and stuff. But
we're on Omegle too.
Yeah.
We're on the Omegle chat rooms.
Very
Jupiter
cool.
Hollow.
Very cool.
I definitely want to get a copy, so I could do that through GrantMacKenzie.com.
.ca, yeah.
.ca.
Or if you go directly to actually, it all leads to the same place.
Yeah, it all kind
or
of.
Bandcamp,
Yeah.
it's available anywhere, really.
Do we have it on Bandcamp?
Yep.
I don't even know where our music is. It's just out there. So if you guys want to hear it, you can find.
I take care of that.
You can find it under a rock or like in some like homeless guy's box near you.
I want an early copy autograph because this could be big.
Oh yes.
This could be big.
Oh, thanks, man.
I appreciate that.
I got the original mix down in my car. Signed. I'll sell it to you for $1,000. I'm kidding.
Just because it's. I know that's why it's 1,000. No, I'm kidding.
I'm enthusiastic, not stupid.
It's signed too.
Yeah, it is signed though.
In lipstick.
I googled the name thinking that there might be some reference out there. Where did the name come from, Jupiter Hollow?
This tattoo. He showed me this.
I was
actually,
born with it.
it's funny. You guys, can you guys see this? Hold on. We'll transmit this directly to your cranium.
Jupiter sign. I can see
Yeah.
that.
So.
Jupiter and then Saturn. So it's the Jupiter and the Saturn thing combined in a treble clef.
Very cool.
And
then
I kind of
there's
just
Saturn down
designed
there.
that for my first tattoo.
I'm gonna steal it and I'm gonna get it too.
Yeah.
So we both love Jupiter. Like when it just comes to intrasolar planets, Jupiter's our favorite.
Are you guys either
Jupiter's
Sagittarius?
Jupiter's incredible.
Or Sagittarius?
No, I'm Virgo.
What's that?
You're a what are you?
Sagittarius is like planet or ruling planet is Jupiter, which I am a Sagittarius.
That's
Are you?
pretty sick.
I'm Virgo. What are you?
Virgo.
I'm Grant. I don't know.
When's your birthday?
June
June
1st. You're
1st.
Gemini.
June 1st.
Gemini.
Oh, Gemini sounds familiar.
I don't even care about astrology, and I know this.
I
This
care
is.
about it.
I care about everything. I love the world and the universe.
There
So
you go, there you go.
Jupiter, the gas giant.
Exactly.
But
And
what about
Yes.
hollow? What are
this is
those?
ironic because it's not really hollow, but like
It's gaseous.
Space. It's not. It's kind of just empty gas. It really doesn't make sense.
we're
But
sitting here
like,
trying to
hollow,
we're
it's-
trying to force an explanation, and when in reality it kind of just went like Jupiter hollow. Oh, okay.
Sounds good. Roll
Same thing with
up.
colony. It was like somebody just said it, and it's like there's no
Yeah.
meaning. We just
the
needed.
hollow space. I don't know.
We find the meaning
Everyone's
afterwards,
got
right? Exactly.
Totally, yeah.
Did you love The Martian?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
And Interstellar?
Oh, that's my
Yes.
number 2.
Come
on.
Nothing beats Donnie Darko, but like
I know. Oh, good.
Oh.
I heard they're making a
Wake
sequel
up,
of
Donnie.
that.
they did make a sequel,
No,
and it was
like a
another
new
one.
sequel.
Okay, good, because the sequel was
I
horrible.
didn't even watch it. Like
No.
Samantha's
Yeah.
Darko or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
It was called like
Whatever.
S Darko or something. It was
Yeah, yeah.
stupid.
Didn't
But Donnie
follow
Darko's
that.
amazing. I had to
Yeah,
watch
I
it
love
6
sci-fi
times,
movies.
and I had no idea what was going on.
Right? Yeah.
But now I get it.
Fantastic.
All right, so Odyssey's up next, and this is
Ooh.
off the
Title track.
earlier release.
No, this is gonna be no.
This is the-
There's
sorry.
only Odyssey.
This
Like
is
this
just
EP is the only release. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So album
Oh,
one,
oh, Adam's coming
You're
up.
tricky
Adam's
because
coming
you keep
up.
saying the first record,
which
but
is
it's
coming
like-
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like
Everything we've heard was released too.
this is like 0.5 album. It's like the first
Yeah,
less than the
okay.
first. Yeah, so this
It's
is gonna
an EP.
this is gonna open album 2, the second part of the story. The main character is on a spaceship. He is cut himself open. He's bleeding out, but he decides he needs to live, and he crash lands on an alien world.
Odyssey
Enjoy the
by
ride.
Jupiter
Enjoy the Odyssey.
on 102.7 Chop FM.
With the sound of my memories against the persistent oscillation of the motors. Views once I dreamed of now haunt me as deep as the endless dusk that's surrounding, reminding me like a mirror. Oh God, what have I done? Brave metal separates the kiss, the halves of skin once embraced. Brave metal separates the kiss, the halves of skin once embraced. Bleeding, I lay here. I should have just called my bluff. A tourniquet made of heartstrings had stitched this gaping clue to who I am. They tumble out one by one, taking with them tersely my dignity. This sorrow, this effervescence innocent gloom. I'm out of fuel, this ever-changing mood. I'm out of fuel, I hope this planet's safe for me. I'm out of fuel, brother, hold me. Brother, where are you? Brother, I killed you. Brother, I killed you. This guy couldn't be talking, but I've sealed its lips. Not a tear could drown this all. My dreams, my fears, your tears, they all haunt me. No news in the wires, all their voices. Oh, I tried, I swear I tried to forget when I couldn't save anyone. Arrest me in this lake of blood. Someone can rescue me when I land. Place the organs back tomorrow. I just need to sleep.
Jupiter Hollow with Odyssey on 102.7 Chop FM. This is ArtsTalk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Koss.
And we are talking to Kenny. Say hello, Kenny.
Hello.
And Grant.
Hello.
Say Grant from Jupiter Hollow.
Yes.
A two-piece progressive band that has an array of musicians that join you for your live performance. Yes?
No.
Do I know? No. You do that
Just
all by
us.
Backing
yourself.
track.
Yeah.
Well,
Just-
sorry.
I can't-
that was
Not yet.
It's all good. Trade secret.
Backing tracks.
Secret.
Backing tracks and clicks.
The live
Don't tell
projections,
anyone.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Cannot wait to
it's
see this. Cannot wait to
yeah,
see
it's all us. It's all us.
That's
It's
unbelievable.
not
And
fake.
that's- yeah,
it's
that's
not.
true.
It's not
So good.
programmed. It is all us.
I mean, we
Except we
talk
can't
to
clone
a lot
ourselves.
of two-piece acts. None of them are playing stuff with that level of complexity. That's,
No.
Well, thank you.
No.
Very
And
cool.
like they said, you guys have a visual aspect to your show as well. So as you can sometimes see people playing with backing tracks or whatnot, but there's a visual aspect that sometimes can be
Big
lacking. So
visuals.
I feel like Jupiter Hollow is a
really
band to
looking
go
forward
and
seeing it.
check out.
So, where are people going to be able to see this band?
Next up, February 26th at the Mod Club.
Oh, I love the Mod Club. It's a great venue.
Yes, we.
awesome.
I love it. It's probably my favorite venue I've played to date. And yeah, we're there for the Landmark Event Showcase Festival, and then we are at Cherry Cola's in Toronto on April 8th with Rubella.
Rubella.
And,
In March, we're in Barrie too.
Yeah, we're in Barrie on March 3rd, right?
Something like that. 14th.
Grant doesn't remember dates. Yeah, March 3rd
Cool.
at the Fox Lounge.
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome.
We've torn that place up quite a few times.
We
I
love
love
it there.
that
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
little place.
They're
Yeah,
always
so
giving shout outs to the Fox Lounge, it seems like.
We
Yeah.
do, yeah. Well, they put on a lot of good
They
stuff.
do.
That's
Yeah,
where we
yeah.
filmed our music video for Deep in Space. Actually, is at
Yeah.
the Fox.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah, Shane's great. He had a lot of fun trying to work our rig through that system there because it's quite
That's
quite chaotic, but it works.
That's
yeah.
what taught me to do it myself. Because some venues, I guess, don't have enough inputs for.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
production,
So that's
I'm
why
like,
we-
I'll just do it.
We just worry about it, and then they just get the the
Simple.
final output sound to deal with, and it's easy.
We've
Nice.
had some horror stories there. We were at
Oh
one
my
show we played there. We were setting up all advanced, and it was before we started this mini tour. And the banner slammed down on my finger, like
Oh,
my picking finger, and it was just a blood blister. But when you got to play with a fresh
Blood
blood
blisters
blister,
are not fun though.
I was like, ah.
You guys want to hear something really dark? I'm not going
Yeah.
to share this. So this show we pretend didn't exist. We played in a place called Cobra
Oh
Conk.
no!
If anybody knows where that is, you probably don't actually know where that is. So this was our first show ever, our first time trying any kind of rig like this. My piano didn't go through the PA, and we played Mandating Our Existence and None Without Praise at this show, which are the two epics on Adam, and they have a lot of piano in them, but they couldn't hear that.
Unreleased.
They're not released yet. They couldn't hear the piano through the PA, but we could hear it in the in-ears, so we're just rocking
no.
out. There's one part where it's just piano and vocals, and it's like I'm giving a soliloquy. And then at the end of Noel, it's all piano. Grant walks off stage, and he's yelling, Kenny, there's nothing coming through the PA. And then I remember just sitting there, I'm like, it's all good, I don't know how to play anyway, so I just walked off.
At least you have
So
a sense of humor.
It's all good, because there were like 3 people there.
Yeah.
And
It was so dark.
oh, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Great people there.
You
Just
live and you
if
learn,
it gives you
right?
hope, if you're playing a show to 3 people and all your gear fails, there's still hope.
Everybody does.
There's
There's still hope.
hope.
It's true,
Exactly.
everyone
We
has
are
horror
all
stories.
human. We all suck all the time, but it's all good. No, it's
That's
all.
a beautiful story.
There you go. It's okay. It's
Need a
okay to
tissue?
suck,
It's
guys.
okay,
You
it's
got to
okay.
start that way. No, for sure,
I'm
for
all
sure.
over
And then
clap.
just keep going. Don't get discouraged.
So we have to head out, eh?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
We're full out of
Sadly.
time. Guys, that was great. Really,
Thank you
really
very
enjoyed
much.
the tunes. Really enjoyed talking to
you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Looking forward to seeing where this all goes.
Us too.
Europe, I'm thinking. They love this kind of stuff in
we'd
Europe.
I love to go there.
Fucking, that'd be awesome.
Germany,
I wanna go to
the
Australia.
Netherlands, they're digging their prog over there, man.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah. One day
Japan.
we'll get there.
I want to go. Yeah, I want to go to Asia,
Asia
India,
for sure.
South Africa.
So all of our listeners, remember you heard him here first. Well, not
ArtsTalk.
necessarily first, but ArtsTalk. So again, our sincere thanks for being here, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you for having
Great
us.
talking to you.
Right on.
And who's on next week?
You ask me
You
every
never
week,
know.
and
I
I
ask you
always
every week and you never
forget. Oh, the Newlands from Barrie as well.
From
the
Barrie.
Newlands are on next
We're
week.
really prospecting Barrie for this show.
We're just tight with Barrie. Barrie and Newmarket are like so.
They're like
you
twin
know,
cities
yeah,
almost.
you know.
We wish we were Barrie.
No, we don't. No, okay. I'm not going to say it.
Don't get into that. Okay, so thanks again to Jupiter Hollow. Don't forget to tune in next week, 6 o'clock sharp-ish for ArtsTalk. And we're going to leave you with one last Jupiter Hollow tune called Over 50 Years. This is 102.7 Chop FM.